This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, can you please confirm if am I audible to you? Anyone?
Yeah, yes,
All right.
I'm able to see your screen.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. All right, so let's start now. And sorry for this delay due to some technical issues, but let's start now. So once again, hi everyone. Good morning. And today we are going to talk about this SAP Ariba. And in today's webinar, we'll talk about like what is the SAP Ariba, whatever solutions Ariba is offering. That's something we'll discuss. We'll talk about the Ariba solutions as well, and we'll try to understand how we can map the Ariba solutions with the customer business process that we'll discuss. And we'll talk about the our roadmap as well, like as part of the course curriculum, whatever things we are going to discuss in Ariba, that's something also we'll discuss. And I will walk through quickly about the Ariba system as well, how Ariba system looks like, and whatever different kind of functionalities that we are having in Ariba, that's something also we'll talk. Okay. But before going further, let's have a quick introduction call. And let me introduce about myself first. Then I would like to come to you. And I would like to know about yourself, like about your experience, if you have any. And even if you're having some knowledge or some experience in SAP Ariba, please mention that part as well. And what actually you are expecting from this training, that's something also, if you mention, it will help me to drive the session accordingly. Okay. So let me first introduce about myself. So my name is Vikram and I'm working in the SAP from 13 years. And initially, I have started my career as SAP MM consultant. So SAP MM is part of the ERP solutions. I was a SAP MM consultant initially. And the year I worked in the implementation of the SAP MM and different kind of support project as well. Later, I moved to the SAP S4 HANA and I got a chance to work with the ECC to HANA migration project. And now, around 6 years, I'm working in the SAP Ariba. I would say more than 6 years, around 6 and 5, half an year, you can say. And during these years, I have implemented almost all the Ariba solutions across the different client. So I have implemented the Ariba SLP, sourcing, contract, you can say P2P, supply chain collaboration, commerce automation, and CIG as well. Okay. So recently, I implemented the supply chain collaboration and the commerce automation along with the CIG to one of our US client. And currently, I'm working that in Bangalore location, and I'm taking care about the SAP MM and SAP Ariba offering. Okay. Apart from that, I'm also certified in SAP. I'm certified in the SAP S4 HANA, SAP Ariba in across different modules. I'm certified in supply chain collaboration, Ariba P2P, Ariba sourcing, Ariba SLP as well. Even last month, I cleared my certification on the Ariba CIG as well because I'm also taking care about the CIG part. All right. So that's it about myself. If you're having any questions regarding me, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I would like to go to you. And yeah, we can go ahead. So is there any question from anyone about myself? Okay. So can we start your introduction? Can we start from the Ajit, if you don't mind?
Yeah, hi, this is Ajit. Currently,
Mhm.
I'm working. Actually, basically, I'm working for the S4 HANA Simple Logistics, and I'm working for one of the European project. And I have basically 8 to 9 years of experience in S4 HANA, and 1 year of domain experience. I
Mhm.
have done in the last 7 to 8 years of experience. I've done approx 6 implementation project
Mhm.
and 2 support project. I'm also certified with S4 HANA Simple Logistics and
Mhm.
SAP Asset Management. And
Interesting.
basically, yeah. Sorry, I'm facing some issue. Someone's calling me. Subhu's calling me to WhatsApp call. 1 minute.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is my experience. Totally.
All right. Thanks, Ajit. Nice to know about yourself. Thank you. Ashok.
Yeah, hi, myself Ashok. I have around 10 years experience completely into SAP, but I am a
Mhm.
techno-functional, MM, ABAP. this kind of roles. I'm working with Deloitte uh, as a manager actually. So I would like to get into Ariba. Vikram, especially, my request
Hmm?
would be, I should be able to provide, RFPs, estimations, and consulting kind of role, and should be able to understand complete functionality in Ariba, so that that will help me to design my RFPs and everything.
Understood. Got it.
Yeah.
Sure, Ashok, I'll help you. I got your point. Okay.
Thank you.
Can we go to Srikanth? Srikanth, can you hear me? One more time. Srikanth, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself. Okay. Sridhar,
Yes, Vikram. Hello all, very good morning. This is Sridhar here. So I'm basically holding this HR experience, core HR and PMO management experience for almost 6.5 years. And I'm basically from Hyderabad. I would like to switch my career into SAP Ariba. That's it.
got it. Thanks. Sridhar. Shayad, Shayad, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So thanks everyone. Thanks for your nice introduction, and it's nice to have your experience about the different the industries. And even
Yeah.
basically with the help of this, I got some idea, like what actually you are expecting and how actually we have to drive this session. So definitely I'll try to drive in such some same way. Okay. And I'll try my best to give that knowledge from the Ariba perspective, whatever generally I'm doing or we are doing in the real time. So I'll try my best. Okay. But before that, let's talk about some basics of the Ariba, even though someone of you is already aware, because at this moment, if you see, or even in many demo session, I've seen that many people are joining who is already working in Ariba in some specific module, but they would like to learn some other modules as well. Okay. So let's first talk about the SAP Ariba, and we'll try to understand why this time many people's, not about the people's means, not about the individual persons I'm saying. If you talk about the in industry, so Ariba is actually booming. Okay. So what is the reason why Ariba is growing in the market? What is the reason of that? And whatever the benefit that customer they are going to get with the help of the Ariba. Let's try to understand this part. Okay. So if you talk about SAP Ariba, so SAP Ariba is in simple we can say SAP Ariba is the cloud solutions or we can say digital solutions which supporting your customer to perform their procurement activities. Procurement activity means you can say purchasing activities. So if you see as a customer, so every customer to maintain their business, they are basically purchasing different kind of product. So whatever the line of business that your customer they have, so they are purchasing different kind of product to maintain their business. So if you are from the manufacturing industry, you have to purchase the different kind of raw materials, different kind of input. If you are from the trading industries, you have to purchase the different kind of product, right? So whenever so whatever the activities customer they would like to perform, that as part of the procurement activities they can do with the help of the SAP Ariba. Okay. Before going further, one thing I would like to highlight here. So please do not think Ariba is a SAP product. Ariba is not the SAP product. SAP is a different company, different entity, and Ariba is a different entity. So if you talk about especially Ariba, Ariba is a founded I think in 1996, and that time Ariba was offering the on-premise solutions of the for the procurement solutions as well. But this was the on-premise solutions, so we were not able to perform the online or digital activities. Then later in 2010, Ariba came up with the cloud solutions as well. And in 2010, Ariba was offering the cloud solutions as well as the on-premise solutions both. And SAP, they were also supposed to introduce some product. So they have acquired the Ariba in 2012. And in 2012, the Ariba becomes as a SAP Ariba. And after acquiring the Ariba by SAP, SAP made lots of changes in the Ariba. Even if you see currently changes are going on, so we can still say like Ariba is under development. Ariba is not the complete product as of now. Why? So what is the reason? Reason is that when SAP they have acquired the Ariba, so their plan was to replace the SAP SRM. SAP SRM is one of the solutions in SAP ERP. It's taking care about the supplier relationship management, and their plan was to replace the SAP SRM with SAP Ariba, and also they are going to replace SAP ECC with SAP S/4HANA. So based on that thought, they have acquired the Ariba. But when actually Ariba came in the market, so many of the customers they basically that like the Ariba product because of the simplified user interface, because of the simplified process, because of the that quick cycle activity, less cycle time activities, right? And because of the cloud solutions, that is you can say online solutions. So many customers they have liked the Ariba product, and they started using the Ariba product like as SAP Ariba product. So then that the reason at this time, if you see, so the customers who are using SAP SRM, they are not only implementing the Ariba. Even if you see many customers who are not using SAP SRM, they are implementing the SAP Ariba for their procurement activities. Okay. So that's why this time still SAP is trying to bring different kind of functionalities in the Ariba. So if you see the previous releases, in the previous releases some functionality was not there, but if you see in the current releases some functionality is now available. Same way in the coming releases as well, we may expect some more functionality in the Ariba. So SAP is trying to bring a lots of functionality in the Ariba. So based on this, we can say Ariba is having the good future. So no one knows about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be available or not. We don't know, right? But as per the current market, we can say we can like assume the coming future is about the Ariba only. Okay. And not only this thing, even if you see as a customer, we are also acting as a customer, right? So if you see your behavior means in I'm talking about in terms of the purchasing. I can give my example in these cases, and please don't take in different way. I am trying to give very simple example only for your understanding purpose. So before 2 to 3 years, not 2 to 3 years, I would say before 4 to 5 years, whenever I supposed to purchase some product, some things like as per my daily need, like fashion items, that grocery items, vegetables or whatever, because these are things we are purchasing as a customer. So so at that time we were purchasing from the different shop. So if we have to purchase grocery, we were going to grocery shop, negotiating the price. We were purchasing from the grocery shop. We have to purchase the green vegetables. We are purchasing from the that local shop. And apart from that, if you require some IT equipment, like we require the laptop or a smartphone, so we were visiting the local supplier shop. We are trying to negotiate the price, and we were purchasing. But at this moment, if you see, your market is completely simplified, right? Why it's completely simplified? Because we are having a number of solutions. You don't have to visit any local supplier shop. You do not have to negotiate the price itself. Everything is available in your hand. You want to buy a smartphone? No worries. Open the any applications like Flipkart, Paytm, Amazon, eBay, whatever you are having, like local buy. You can open any applications. You can be able to see a variety of the product. Right. And it's not about only the variety of the product. You are having the informations about review. So what is the review of the product, or what is the customer feedback. You will have the different kind of pricing as well. And they are going to deliver to your doorstep. They're offering the discount as well, cheaper price, and they are going to deliver the product to your doorstep. So why unnecessary I have to go to a nearby shop, local supplier? Why I have to negotiate the price? Right. So in these cases, I'm preferring to purchase from the you can say online. So at this moment in this era, if you say, you can say this is the internet of the era. So we are starting our day from internet, we are closing our day from the internet. Simple. So same thing, the customer who is running their business, they're also looking some kind of platform where they can basically perform all the activities digitally. Like if they have to approve any document, so why unnecessary they have to be in front of the machine, they have to log in the system, then they will approve it. Why not they should have some options like they can get notification in the mobile or in any applications, and they can approve from the applications itself, right? So these are the different kind of requirement that is there, and the same thing Ariba is offering to client, right? And that's why Ariba is becomes more popular, and many of the customers they are referring to go with the SAP Ariba. Okay. Now, if we talk about Ariba solutions, let me add this point as well, and then I'll come for any question. If we talk about Ariba solutions, so Ariba solutions are actually divided in two parts. But before going to talk about the Ariba solutions, let's take a simple example. Like as a customer, whenever we have to initiate any purchasing, how we are initiating the purchasing, what process we are following. You can take a very simple example, a very layman example of this Ariba training, right? So you thought to go undergo with the Ariba training. You know very well in market and number of trainers are available and number of training institute are there. You can go to any trainer, any institute, and they will offer the training. You can pay the amount, you can take the training. So, but are you doing like this? No. Why? Because whenever we are going to spend some amount, some money, we would like to inquire first. So we are having some process and we would like to follow that process. It's not like that only single penny amount we can do quickly, right? We are going to pay something $100, $200, $500. I'm giving some hypothetical example here. So what we are doing in that cases, first you are searching the supplier. Supplier means you can say trainer or the institute information. So you are first trying to find out the list of the institute, list of the trainer, and if required, you are noting the contact as well, like the contact number, email address, name of the trainer, name of the institute. There you are maintaining in your like sheet. How you are maintaining, it's your choice. So once you find out the particular like that institute or trainer, then you are doing the onboarding. Onboarding means you are maintaining all the contact information so that you can talk in detail level. Those things you are doing here. And once you will have all the information, then what you are doing, you are going to perform the most favorite activity, that is the negotiation process, right? You will call to me, hey Vikram, I want to go with the Ariba training. So can you please tell me whatever things I'll get as part of the training, and you will understand that part. Then you will talk about the pricing, right? And based on the pricing you will actually decide like, okay, if the price is average, cheaper or higher, whatever, that you will try to negotiate, right? So I will ask you to pay $50, you will say no, no, it's too much, it's high price, can we make it $30, like that negotiation you will do. And once you do this all this activity, then in the next you will sign up a agreement contract. Now what is the agreement? So whatever things we discussed as part of the training, so we talked about like that we talked about basically like you can say like the you will get this training, you will get the server access, you will get the study material, you will get the interview questions, will help you in the resume preparation. So all those things we will confirm. So you will call me once again, you will say okay, I agree to go and undergo with the training, but can you please confirm, like are you going to provide all those things to me or not, right? So you would like to have the confirmation, and depending on the scope you may ask to give the written confirmation, or you will trust, you will ask okay, you confirm, you can confirm orally, I'll trust you. But ultimately you are signing of the agreement contract. And once this will be in place, then in the next you are going to perform the procurement activities. And as part of the procurement activities, you can say you will place the order, you will basically receive the product, and then based on that you will receive the invoice. Accordingly, you have to make the payment. So this is the overall process we have to actually follow whenever we are going to perform any kind of procurement activities, right? I'm not saying this process is applicable in all the cases, but whenever you have to purchase any new product, you are going to follow this process. And overall, this process is called as that sourcing and procurement activities. So with the help of this, what you are going to do, you are just determining the source from which supplier you have to purchase, right? And then once source in place, then you are going to basically perform the procurement activities. So this is called as a sourcing and procurement process. And just to meet this customer requirement, customer business process, Ariba has given the solutions in two ways. One is that we can say one part is called as a upstream, second part is called as a downstream. So upstream is the old term. Now we are calling them as the strategic sourcing. So if you talk about as part of the strategic sourcing or upstream, we are having three module, that is supplier, sourcing and contract. And if you talk about downstream, we are having the Ariba buying and invoicing activity. The solutions with the business process. So with the help of the supplier solutions, we can perform the supplier onboarding activity. With the help of the sourcing solutions, we can perform the negotiation activity. With the help of the contract solutions, we can that sign up the contract. And with the help of the Ariba buying and invoicing solution, you can perform your procurement activities. So this is called as that sourcing and procurement process, or in short, it is called as that S2P process. Okay. Any question here?
So you will be covering this all areas, right, Vikram? Supplier,
Yeah,
sourcing,
yeah.
contract,
We'll talk.
Ariba
We'll
buying.
talk about course curriculum. That time
Okay,
we'll take this question.
okay.
Can you more focus about the upstream? What is the difference between the upstream and the downstream?
Upstream is helping you determine the source. You can see here. So if you perform, you will do any supplier onboarding activity, or you are doing the negotiation, or you are going to sign up a contract. So are you going to procure the pet product from that with the help of this process? No. You are just finalizing the supplier from which supplier you have to purchase. So with the help of the upstream, you can determine the source, and with the help of the downstream, you can perform the procurement activities.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Or in simple, you can say with the help of the upstream, you're not going to lose any money, but with the help of the downstream, you are going to lose your money. It's simple.
Okay.
Any further question from anyone?
No question from my end. So one last question. Now,
Mhm.
is that Ariba is also is that an ERP or not?
No, no, no. That's why I said earlier, Ariba is not the part of the ERP solutions. Ariba is a different product. SAP has acquired the Ariba.
So
So Ariba is not ERP solutions.
it means once we want to connect with ERP, either ECC as for HANA with Ariba, it means we need to use some interface.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Thank you.
correct. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to highlight here that should be very clear. If you see from the procurement point of view, purchasing point of view, I'm talking in the business terminology now. So generally, we are purchasing two different kind of product, indirect and direct. Now, what is the indirect and what is the direct? Indirect, in the sense, you can say consumables item, right? So you can take the example of the IT equipment. So IT equipment is part of the indirect material. So we are not keeping the indirect material in the stock, even though you are part of the IT industry. But if you see in the IT office or in the your warehouse, so are you able to see the list of the laptop in the stock? No, right? So we're not keeping the stock of the IT equipment. So whatever the different kind of product that is part of the only consumable item, we are not keeping the stock. And second is called as the direct material. Direct material means you can say stock items, right? So you can take simple example, that is raw material. If you're from the manufacturing industries, so in that cases, if you see in your warehouse, in your store location, you will able to see the raw materials, right? So the raw material is a part of the direct, because as part of that we are purchasing in bulk, keeping in our store location and warehouse, and based on the requirement we are issuing the material, we are consuming it. That will come as part of the direct material. Okay. So why I'm mentioning this direct and indirect material? So if you talk about the only procurement process, so in Ariba, it's very simple, very straightforward. But if your customer they are using the SAP ERP solutions, so in ERP solutions like in SAP MM, if you talk about the procurement process, we are having a variety of the procurement process. Different kind of procurement activities we are doing in the ERP solutions. So Ariba is not supporting all the procurement process. It's supporting up to some level. So if your customer they want to perform the indirect material purchasing, that is consumables item purchasing, in that cases you have to go with the Ariba buying and invoicing solution. That means this solution. This solution is going to support your indirect material procurement. But if your customer they would like to utilize the Ariba platform to perform the direct material procurement, for that SAP has given the separate the solutions that is called as that supply chain collaboration. So you can say supply chain collaboration or you can say commerce automation. This is supporting for your direct material procurement. Okay. So whatever topic we are going to discuss, we are going to talk about this upstream and downstream. Let me go through the course curriculum. And this direct metal
Okay.
procurement
Vikram,
is not part of
Vikram,
this
just a
training.
question.
Mhm.
What is the difference between these two, indirect and direct?
Direct means you can say stock items, stockable items. For example, raw material purchasing. So if you are going to purchase the raw material, that will come as part of the direct. And if you talk about the IT equipment, this will come as part of the indirect, based on the consumptions.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever solutions we are going to discuss, this will support your indirect procurement. But if your customer they would like to use the Ariba platform to perform the direct material procurement, that for that they have to purchase this separate license that is called as a supply chain collaboration. Making sense?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Now let me just go through the course curriculum. Okay, before going to talk about the course curriculum, let me add one more thing that something is very important. So whenever we are working on the Ariba implementation, or even if you're having the S4HANA implementation, so same process we are following in the Ariba as well. So whenever we have to work on the Ariba implementation, so in Ariba implementation, we are actually following the SAP Activate methodology. SAP Activate approach we are following. And as part of the SAP Activate, we are having the different phases. So we are having the prepare, explore, realize, and deploy phases. We have two more phases. Before prepare, we are having discover. After deploy, we are having the run. But that is something different. So just I mentioned the four phases: prepare, explore, realize, and deploy phase. Okay. Now let's assume you get a chance to work on the Ariba implementation project. You are working as a Ariba consultant. Now, in that cases, if you see as part of the prepare phase, so we have to prepare ourselves. If you try to understand the sound of the phase, is talking about prepare. You have to prepare yourself for the implementation process. So we are working on the different kind of documentation activities. We will talk in the regular session in detail level. So we are working in different kind of documentation activities, and after that we have to move to the explore phase. And as part of the explore phase, we have to capture the customer requirement. This is also called as a fit and gap analysis phase. So now in this phase, we have to capture the customer requirement. Now let's assume you are the customer. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. So I'm working as an Ariba consultant. I'm asking to you. Now this is the Ariba system. Can you please tell me what is your requirement? How you want to proceed process the supplier activities, how you want to perform the negotiation activities, how you want to do with the procurement activities. Can you please tell me your requirement? So what do you think? Are you in the position to give me the requirement? No. Right? Why no? Because this is something unknown for you. You heard about the Ariba, you know something about the Ariba in some cases you can say, but this solutions is completely unknown for you. So until unless you will not have the understanding about this system, this process, how you can tell what is your requirement? You cannot say, right? So for that what we are doing in the explore phase, we have to first conduct the workshop with the customer, and we have to show to customer like how we can perform the different kind of activities. So for example, let's say your customer, they are going to implement the Ariba buying and invoicing solution. So in that cases, we have to show them how they have to create the purchase equation. So we have to brief them like we have to log in the Ariba, how to log in, all those things we have to explain them. Then we have to come in the catalog tab. From the catalog tab, we have to search any of the particular product, whatever your customer they are looking, right? So we have to search the particular product here, and then once you find out the product, you will get the options of proceed to checkout. So you have to add the item in the cart, then you have to proceed to checkout, and once you click on the proceed to checkout, then you will get the options to a kind of form. You have to fill out the form, and then you can create the requisition. So this process we have to brief to our client. And once you brief, during discussion itself, we have to ask them now, so do you want to have the similar kind of form or you want to have some additional field as well? Right. So then the customer they will tell you their requirement like no, I don't want to use this my label. This is not applicable in my cases. Please hide this. And instead of that, please add some custom field because in my ERP system, we are having some custom field and same field we are looking here itself. Then they will able to tell you. And once you will have the customer requirement, then in the next you are going to perform the configuration activities in the realize page. So in the realize page, we have to perform the configuration testing activity, and in the deploy, we have to deploy the solutions to the client. So overall, if you see actually as a Ariba consultant, it's not like that you are only responsible for the configuration part because there is some myth in the consultant. They are thinking like that our job is only the configuration part, right? That's not true. Before going to talk about the configuration part, you should know your machine. This is your machine. You should know your machine because when you talk to your client will never talk you in the technical language. They will never talk you about the configuration part. They will talk in their business process. In my SAP I am doing this, we're getting the vendor from XK01, right? Can you please tell me in Ariba how to do this? So are you going to explain the configuration part to your client? No. Agree. So as the Ariba consultant, it's very essential we should know business process as well as we should know the configuration part. And even same way we have designed our course curriculum as well. So if you see this course curriculum is basically required the 40 hours to complete the course. And generally we are doing the 1 hour session weekdays, Monday to Friday. So we'll have the session Monday to Friday, 1 hour every day, weekdays. And we'll start our journey from basic once again. So in the first session, I think tomorrow we are starting the batch. So tomorrow, like we'll talk about the first basics once again from technical point of view, like whatever different kind of landscape we are having in the Ariba, what is your customer system architecture will be there, whatever different options will be there, how we can authenticate in the Ariba. We'll talk about the technical basic part. And then we'll move to supplier solutions. We'll talk about supplier solutions in detail level. We'll talk about the sourcing solutions in detail level. We'll talk about the Ariba network solutions in detail level. We'll talk about the contract solutions. We'll talk about the P2P solutions, that is procurement process also we'll discuss in detail level. And overall, if you see up to section 7th, we will not talk about any single configuration part. Definitely, you will get different kind of configuration questions. But I'm strongly recommending to everyone in other batches as well, please make a note so that tomorrow you'll not miss it. Please make a note because once we are going to talk about the section 8, all the questions will answer. Whatever different kind of configurations questions you are having, all the questions will be answered. And why I'm saying like this? Because in Ariba, we do not have any kind of transaction based configuration like T code based configuration. How we are having in SAP ERP, it's not like that. So many of the configurations are interlinked to each other. So at this moment, you may have a single configuration doubt, but when I'll deep dive at at this time, so you will get more questions about the configuration. That's why to avoid to disturb the that our sequence, I am talking all the configurations from section 8. We'll talk about the CIG integration. So as someone asked me, if we have to integrate the Ariba solutions with our ERP solutions, so we have to use interface. Yes, this we have to use the CIG interface. So we'll talk about the interface detail. We'll talk about the different configuration, template configuration, approval configuration, supplier configuration, master data setup, user setup, catalog setup, all those different configuration we'll talk here. And once we'll complete the configuration part, you should be in the position to know about the you should aware about the business process as the configuration part as well. So then in last we'll talk about the reporting part, because reporting is very important from customer side. We'll talk about reporting part, and once we complete the section 10th, you should be in the position to work any kind of project, implementation or support. And mainly if you talk about the implementation, so in the implementation, as we discussed earlier, we are going to follow same process. So we have to talk about business process, capture the requirement, configure the system, that's it. But sometimes it happen like you knows about the process, but you never get a chance to work on the implementation project. So if someone will ask you during interview, what was your role during the implementation? What about different documents you prepared? Can you please tell me how to go in this activity? So definitely you will not be able to answer it because you never worked on this. You know about the process, right? Sorry, but you will not be able to that brief about the process. So that in the last session I will talk about the implementation process, and here we will talk about in detail level, like whatever role we have to play in the Ariba implementation as the Ariba consultant. What will be our job? What different kind of documents we have to prepare? Documents I'll show you during the day-to-day session itself, but here we'll summarize all the informations. So that will be the end of the our training. So this is something about the course curriculum, and that's it from my side as well. Over to you. Any question from anyone?
Vikram, are you covering SEC as you said, supply chain
SEC
collaboration?
will do in separate training, not as part of this training. I'm doing, but separate training.
Okay.
Because when we talk about the
Just
SEC, so in case of the
mhm.
SEC, this upstream, downstream will not be in the picture. You have to forget about this.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Because
why.
the thing is, I'm working for a mining client where they procure lots of zinc, copper materials from other parties, and then they will be manufacturing alloys here. So core alloys, tires, all these
Hmm.
things. So,
Hmm.
that will be SEC, right? In that case,
I'm sorry, I think I missed you.
it's like yeah, yeah. See, I'm working for a mining client, and they do have two business actually. So they
Hmm.
procure alloy materials, everything from third
Hmm.
parties, and then they manufacture core alloy wheels and this kind of products. So this comes under SCC.
You can say not exactly SEC, but we can map some
Hmm.
process with SEC.
Okay.
Yeah,
Definitely it is not indirect material, right?
yeah.
And will you be able to share any sample documents after, not now, I'm saying, so after maybe like how to prepare a sample, business blueprint document, or maybe some document, that will help us during the project, initiation phase, or when we are into the project actually.
No. Documents actually I'm not sharing to anyone because all documents are the client specific and it's available in the client environment as well. But I'm showing you during the session for your reference purpose. Few documents you can say out of 10 I may able to share one or two documents. That's it, not all the documents.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll show you for a look and feel. I'll show in the session. Okay, team. So there's no any questions, so we can wind up the call.
Vikram, Sridhar this side.
Yes, Siddharth.
Vikram, can you, I mean, just let us know that what are the prerequisites to learn, SAP Ariba?
We don't have any prerequisite. If you're having the basic knowledge, the procurement knowledge, you can learn the Ariba. And if you're
Okay, so
working
I'm
in any
basically
other,
from HR department. So
Mhm.
that is why, I mean, I didn't do any ground level work before joining this demo.
If you're having the basic procurement activity, then you can do that. Then it will be very easy for you.
So is there any other modules, SAP module that we have to be related before going to this SAP Ariba?
No, it's not like that. But for HR, you can check about the success factors as well.
Hmm. Okay, sure.
Vikram, I'm Naeem.
Mhm.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm from non-IT background,
Mhm.
completed graduation from
Mhm. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Please go ahead. I think you're breaking name. You're not completely audible.
Okay, okay. I'm from non-IT background. I'm completed my BCom computer applications. I'm fresher. May I able to learn Ariba? It is
See,
easy
as I
to
said
learn.
earlier, Ariba is very easy to learn. It's not very hard. But thing is that if you're
Okay.
having some prior experience, you can easily learn the Ariba. If you're having some
I
kind
have
of
no
like
experience.
Mhm.
Okay. I have no
But if
experience about it. I'm fresher.
yeah, yeah. So if you're new, if you're having the work in different domain, then you can learn in that case as well. But you have to put some more dedication, hard work required.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr.
Okay, team. So thank you everyone. Thanks for the attendance session. We'll see tomorrow at same as a great timing. So tomorrow we are
What
going
is the
to start the batch. Hmm.
what will be the timings?
Is it okay? 9 to 10 p.m.
Yeah, 9 to 10 is perfect for me. So I'm not sure what is decided already.
What about others? Okay. Anyway, Subbu will help you in these cases. Thank you all.
Thanks.